people don't know what
Just
Myanmar
compete
is,
and
and I
bring
put it
peace
on
to
the
them.
map. Now, in the UFC cage, there's a Myanmar flags and things like that. So you know what I mean. Now people know what Myanmar is and things like that. So
That'll do it!
When the call came for Granary Wall, you were
yes.
born in Chin State, Myanmar. So we would like to know,
hmm
what is your life before coming to United States?
Well, my life was simple. You know, I was living a simple life back in the country. I live in Myanmar until I was like what 8 years old. You know what I mean? Um, Things going on in Myanmar. My family, my parent think is they want to look for like a better opportunity for us and things like that. So that's
Yeah.
why we came to Malaysia and seek refugee, and then that's how I get to the United States.
So can you also share with us, how
Mm.
did the light go after you moved to United States?
When I moved to the state, right, everything changed, man. Because you got to remember, like the Myanmar cultures and the Americans' cultures is a lot different. You know what I mean? So for me, my hardest thing was like going to school and things like that. It was hard. It was hard for me at first because I didn't speak no English. I don't have no friends or nothing like that. So I was picked on and getting bullies and things like that. And that's why I have to fight every day in school.
Yeah. So it was a quiet journey. So how did you became a fighter? What made you became a fighter?
Well, what made me became a fighter is I was always a fighter, right? Because I always fight in school and things like that. This one time, I have to move to Iowa because in Houston, a lot of things happen. So I have to leave Houston and I moved to Iowa. And when I moved to Iowa, I was still fighting and things like that. So one day I came home from fighting, and my face was like all bruised up and shit like that. So my auntie was like, "Hey man, come here, let me talk to you." And she was like, "Hey, you think you a real man?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a real man, man. I ain't never lost a fight." He was like, "Nah, a real man fight for his country and his family. Like, just look at Manny Pacquiao, man. If you a real man, you fight for your country on the state, on like the big stage or something." It hit me, you know what I mean? So that night, I was thinking all night. I couldn't go to sleep. And then in the morning, I was like, "Hey, man, call my mom. I'm going back to Houston, and I'm gonna start training." So that's how my career started.
We all saw that you carry Myanmar flag when you walk out. So how
Yes.
did you how did you get that idea of it?
I always represent the country, even when I'm not in the UFC. And then when I got to the UFC, a lot of people don't know Myanmar. You know what I'm saying? So they don't let me carry my flag, and I have to fight for that flag. It's not an easy job, man. I have to win a couple fight, for them to understand that I really want to represent my country. The first four fight, they don't let me carry my flag. There's like is Myanmar countries and things like that. So I let the for me that's like one of my accomplishment, right? Because people don't know what Myanmar is, and I put it on the map.
Yeah.
Now in the UFC cage, there's a Myanmar flags and things like that. So you know what I mean. Now people know what Myanmar is and things like that. So I actually had to fight a lot for that flag for me to carry it and represent my country.
You carry the market, and also you have a shoe with the painting of Myanmar. So how does it mean to you
Mhm.
that representing Myanmar in the world stage?
Well, the reason why I have a mouth guard is because they didn't let me carry my flag. I have to fight for that flag. So it's like there's one way that I can do it. So I just paint my mouth guard so the world can see it, right? So when they see it and people are like, "Oh, Myanmar is really a country," so they can't deny it. So they was allowing me to carry my flag the next fight, right? And the shoes is just like some shoe store. I don't even ask for that shoes. They just custom it for me. So now, like, it's just a blessing that people know what Myanmar is, right? Like, I didn't tell him to put my flag on the shoes, but he just did it on his own. You know what I mean? So a couple months ago, they was making me a gun, but then they put the Myanmar flag on the guns and things like that. Like people started knowing Myanmar, so that just it made me feel good.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Myanmar people are going through like civil war back home, including your native state, Chin State. So but they are
yeah.
supporting you anyway. So what do you want to
Mhm.
say to the people in Myanmar? How do you want to encourage them?
You know what happened in Myanmar, man. Nobody want, you know what I mean. Nobody want that. You know what I mean. So all we could do is pray and pray for a better word for you and me, for you and me. You know what I mean. So we are here praying for you guys every day. You know what I mean. My family always put you guys in our prayers. You know, I know things will get better soon, and you know what I mean. Don't lose your courage. Be brave.
So how do you want to encourage the people going through hard time in Myanmar?
Like I said, man, the hard time don't last. You know what I mean. Tough people do. So as long as we push through it, we'll be fine. So I'll keep praying for you guys here. Things will get better. Like I said, man, tough time don't last. Only tough people do.
Yeah, right. So, you only trained MMA like 5 years ago, if I'm not wrong, and you have became the champion. So, how do you feel becoming a champion in a quite short period of time?
I feel great, man. Like I only fight for 5 years, but you know what I mean, in the cage. But I've been fighting all my life, man. You know what I mean. So
Yeah.
this is nothing new to me.
So your last fight with the Pantoja, your title fight ended in the unusual circumstances. So would you have wanted it to turn out differently? Because he came out strongly from the start. So how confident were you to win the title if he were not injured?
I would whoop his ass either way. You know what I mean? I feel like it went the way it is because I feel like it was meant to be. You know what I mean? Whatever happened, it happened for a reason. At first, you know what I mean, I was like, I want the fight to go longer and things like that. But I'm the guys that believe in destiny, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like it was just my destiny to win that fight. But of course, I do want to fight a little longer and see who's the better man that night. But I am the better man, so the better man won that night.
Yeah. So there was also like mixture of good and bad reaction after your last title fight. So do you feel you need to prove yourself in the next fight?
I feel like I already proved myself every time I fight, so I don't have to prove nothing. I'll just be Joshua Van like I always am. I'm gonna be my own Joshua Van. So hate me or love me, you gonna watch me fight because I ain't never in a boring fight.
Yeah. So Pantoja is now injured. You have Manikab and Tatsuro Taira in line. So who do you expect to fight next?
Whoever they want to give me first, I'll fight. So it's either Manel or it's either Tesura. I don't choose. It's whoever. Like I said, I'll fight them both at the same night if I have to.
Yeah. So what do you say are your strengths and the areas that you need to improve? Do you think?
Um, uh, I don't know. Just get better. Stay in the gym. Stay disciplined. I'm the best fighter.
Yeah, yeah. So and also I saw the videos of you visiting the grave. Whose grave is that?
That's my dad. My dad passed away 2017. I talked to my dad, hoping he was proud of me. When he was alive, I was nothing but disappointment, right? Because I was getting troubles and I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to do and things like that. But now, uh, I got the belt. You know what I mean? I hope you're proud of me. So I go over there and talk to him.
So and also there were videos of circulating from Myanmar watching your fight. Like every teachers, like the whole country went crazy. Did you
Mhm.
also see the videos? How do you feel?
Oh, it's like it's amazing. You know how Manny Pacquiao fight and the whole Philippine people. They go crazy for him. I have the same feeling, man. I just want to train even harder than usual. You know what I mean? So you just gotta see and wait, man. I'm putting, you know what I mean. I'm fighting for you guys, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my next fight. You know what I mean? So like all that, seeing all that, just give me like a different level of motivation.
So how do you expect the next fight? Are you 100% confident for the next fight?
I'm always confident.
Yeah. So the more than 55 million people all over everywhere was rooting for you. What do you want to say to the
Yeah.
Myanmar people who is voting for you?
Hey, the people of Myanmar, thank you for supporting me always. I love you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. And right now it's just a start. You know what I mean? So in 4 or 5 years, I'm not gonna be the only Burmese fighters in the UFC. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us.
Yeah, so now you are becoming a champion. So like
Mhm.
like Myanmar people also, like there are many Myanmar people not only in Myanmar and
Yeah.
also in Thailand. Do you also like bring the back to visit to Myanmar people like Thailand, or do you have any plan in the future?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I do want to come back to my country. Even Thailand, man. Is I can't wait, man. Let me talk to my managers and see what happened in our country too. You know what I mean? Civil war and all this thing that going on. Hopefully, it get better, and then after that, I'll be able to go back home.
So the last question: you are the very first fighter who is born in Myanmar to be a champion at the
Mhm.
UFC. So there are also like many fighters who is fighting at so many tournaments around the country. So what is your message to the Myanmar fighters who is fighting for their name? What is your message to other Myanmar fighters?
Just stay active. You know what I mean. Keep doing what you're doing. And like I said, man, I'm not gonna be the only Burmese fighter in the UFC. Soon there'll be a lot more. And then, like I said, I can't wait for what the future holds for the Burmese fighters.